Vladimir,
Hey guys.
and this is episode 7 of our series Vladimir the Terrible, and we're going to continue with the same format. And we have Vladimir on two six-handed PLO tables, both of them of the deep variety, and we're just going to walk you guys through as he plays his hands.
Yep. And we don't have Brozev at the table, so it should be quick.
Yeah,
On the
hopefully the king
left, yeah.
quicker.
Also, like basic question I have is, do you recommend like what's the main advantage to be deep in Omaha? Do you prefer it if you have weaker players at your table, or do you just overall say, let's say what I noticed, what somebody else did, he's like if you have weaker players to your now, I mean if you don't have anybody super strong on your left, you can be sitting deep. But if somebody is very, very, very aggro on the left, you don't want to be too deep because he can put so much pressure on you.
I mean, there's no right answer to that question. It depends so much on the particular situation. Obviously, you want to be deep with most fish, but then there are going to be some fish who play better when they're deep. If you have a fish to your left who's really passive, you probably would prefer being deep with him just because you get to play bigger pots and your edge per hand goes up as a result.
Yeah.
In terms of the types of hands that you're going to be want to playing deep, pretty much the same hands that you'd play 100 big blinds deep, but obviously you would want to lean more towards hands that can make the nuts. Um, a hand like King Queen 7-6 double suited might be a pretty good hand to three bet out of position against a cutoff or button open 100 big blinds deep, but it goes down a lot in value if you're deeper than that because it's not going to flop as many nutty hands as something like double suited aces or double suited kings or even like ace king queen jack with a suited ace.
Yeah.
Um, so that's definitely something you want to be thinking of. The
Yeah.
advantage of the advantage of three betting that hand 100 big blinds deep is you get into situations where you flop a pair and a king or queen high flush draw and you're just really happy to go with your hand,
Yeah.
which obviously isn't going to be the case when you're deeper.
Yeah. So on the left, um, what I need to work on is like bluffing, maybe. I don't know on this. Let me pull up actually. This one is probably easier to read. So here we raised pre-flop on a cutoff, which is, I guess it's fine.
I would
Um,
fold this hand. This is pretty bad.
on a cutoff, you fold this.
Definitely. I
Okay.
would probably maybe play ace queen 10-10.
Okay. If it's ace, queen, 9, 10, you definitely open. The hand is way better.
Yeah, you can play ace queen 9-10. It's better than that.
Okay.
Still
If it's
rainbow.
if it's suited to the ace, you play the ace, queen, 9, 9. Like if you have suited.
Absolutely.
Okay. Well, I open, we flop trip, so we bet the flop multi-way. This guy called. We bet the turn somewhat big. If you get jammed on a turn, I guess it's bet call, given you have like top kicker, and he needs exactly queen 8. He might even fast play it on a flop, and then he can have like king queen with some flush draw, which is just getting it in on a turn.
It's tough on the turn.
We are deep though,
Yeah,
also. Yeah, 200 BB.
as deep as you are, it becomes kind of close to a bet fold just because I don't think he's gonna check raise you with a worse hand. I think he's just gonna call. And the other issue is because your nines are paired, you don't have as many outs against
Oh
queen eight.
yeah, yeah,
So you only have two and three. You only have five outs.
yeah.
I would probably bet call without a read, but not be happy about it. I'd bet fold against a lot of regulars though there.
Yeah, not enough, not too many bluffs there. Um, so on the river, the question become, I felt like I have showdown value against like Queen Jack 10 9. So I didn't want to bluff, but I mean, I'm not too sure. Also, he can have King Queen. He can have like even 8 8, which might not fold. Um,
Definitely river standard is just a check.
just
He's not
check.
gonna fold
Okay.
a better hand.
Yeah. So here, I mean, I'm just three betting, but I'm not. I mean, I would. I guess it's standard three bet, but I'm not too sure anymore. Given you said you wouldn't even three bet if it's rainbow in position. Do you three bet this hand first of all in position? I would always three bet this rainbow in position.
Rainbow in position. It's close. I probably just flat.
Okay.
especially the steep.
Okay.
It's not
So
that
yeah, I
easy.
was gonna say in no limit you can like sort of three bet in position way looser if you're deep, given you like you can put so much pressure on pause flop. Um, but in so it's different in Omaha. In Omaha, you don't like three betting too much in position, given you have don't have as much fold equity pre-flop, and post flops the equity of hands. I mean, like on so many flops, you get way more action post flop from players in Omaha than you do in No Limit.
It has nothing to do really with whether you have position or not. It's just not that great of a hand when it's a rainbow, especially when you're 250 big blinds deep.
Okay.
Any board with a flush draw is going to be hard for you to flop a hand that you're comfortable going with.
Yeah. Yeah, I was just gonna base the three bet on the reason that you can outplay people post flop and makes them fold. Just triple barrel in position if you're deep against on good boards. Maybe it's just not a
Right.
good
In
idea.
general, in PLO as opposed to no limit, you will be three betting a little more in position because they can't really push that much of an edge by four betting, and there really is no such thing as four bet bluffing in PLO.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah,
so
uh,
especially when you get the steep, three betting in position is something that is somewhat difficult to counter.
yeah. Here in this hand, I three bet pre-flop. You don't like it maybe because you wouldn't three bet in position. So out of position, we should three bet even less.
I like three betting that against the button open, who's probably opening at 80% or so. Definitely a three bet
Okay,
once.
and flop, I just decided to check fold motivate. Actually, we have backdoor flush draw and overcards. I mean, we could bet fold to flop, I guess.
Right. I would probably bet. And then if Danube goes all in, you probably have to call. And then if the other guy goes all in or comes along, then you can fold.
Oh
That would probably
yeah, yeah. I
that would
just
be my game plan there.
yeah. Actually, multi-way out of position. I'm just too worried about people like. Yeah, I'm too worried about bet folding, and bet folding is just fine here. Yeah, if we bet and he jams, I mean, we have. If he's got two pair, we are like flipping because we have so many two pair outs. I mean, against a set, it's worst case, but on that, we also have backdoor straight draws. So many. Actually,
Right.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh yeah, I should have done that. Well, yeah. The reason why I said like three betting in position is because I think even in a video series you did with J-Man, or he said it somewhere else, is that if you're deep, you can just randomly three bet whatever you want in position because it's so tough to do anything against it out of position. So it doesn't really matter what you have. I mean, of course you can even like three bet 5, 8, 9, 10 rainbow because what can you do out of position against it?
I mean, you can do a lot. The hands that they're going to be opening are just going to be better than yours, so they're going to hit much better flops. You're going to hit
Okay.
flops where you flop poor straight draws. You're never going to have a backdoor flush draw, even on rainbow flops. I mean, you can't just three bet junk still. The fact that they have
Unless
a better
somebody
hand than yours
folds a lot.
does mean something. Even then, I mean, nobody really folds
Yeah,
three
yeah.
bets more than 25% in PLO.
Yeah, it's
It's just
true.
something that's an impossibility.
Yeah. So here I'm opening. I know it's I mean probably a little bit too loose another gun.
Oh,
Um
definitely not too loose. Double suited, king jack,
okay.
10-6 is
Okay.
like
Yeah, just the six is a little bit it's not too great. So just gonna I don't know, I'm just gonna bet 80 on the flop. If somebody has a flush draw, they don't fold. They might fold to a bigger bet. If somebody has a queens, they never fold, so no need to bet bigger. Maybe like 100 for overall game plan is better.
yeah, I agree. I'd bet a little bit
Yeah,
bigger.
100 is probably better. Also, if you have a queen, you sort of want to protect against a flush draw. Do you think people, like you bet 100 here, do people call with a flush draw?
If they have a pair with it, usually.
So they can make a boat, just like not
Right.
flush draws, they still probably peel because they can. You
Yeah,
could
nut
receive
flush
it.
draw might deal. It depends if it's the last person to act. Someone
Yeah,
might deal
yeah.
with the nut flush draw there or raise with it.
Yep. Oh, here's a Russian guy. Marshall from Smolensk. Here will be a loose guy. Oh, he's a Russian as well, Pilusha. Look at this. Russians are taking it all over here. So one hand Turks. I know he plays 10-20 and such. Played with him. Um, I'm just gonna check fold. What do you think? What do you make of people limping in six max under the gun? I was told in full ring it's sort of like a hand that is not limp folding. It might be a hand that is limp re-raising. Um, so range under the gun for full ring to be limping it should be strong, but six max I'm not too sure about it.
Pretty much, you want to mix in obviously some aces, just for balance and just so you can limp re-raise a hand
So
that
six max
purely
limping under
values.
the gun is okay.
Yeah, it's fine. I mean, it depends on the particular players who are right after you in a really aggressive game. Limping something like ace 10, 10, 4 with a suited ace would be fine because that's a hand that you'd have to fold to a 3-bet. Same goes for some kings that
Okay,
don't play as well.
all right.
And obviously you can mix it up and throw in some aces and some other double suited rundowns that you can limp re-raise just for overall balance.
Yep. So here on the left, I'm just gonna bet again, given we have two eights. I mean, we can bluff actually. We can bluff if the seven comes. Um, he check calls the flop. I don't think he folds too much on a turn though. But like we are getting raised like almost never, so we're gonna bet. Because we are deep, I don't think he's raising anything but like two pair with a flush draw. He snapped, so looks it could be a flush draw on the turn. And he leads. I mean, I don't think I bluffs the river, even though it looks like it's a good spot to bluff. But is he really calling the turn? He calls the turn with ace 10, that's folding the river. Ace 10, 5, 7 maybe or something. No, I don't even know what type of sidecards he can have, but it's more often backdoor flush draw, which he has in his range when he check calls the turn.
I mean, he's gonna have some naked ace bluffs here for sure too, because he's gonna always call that on the turn when he's got top pair and the naked nut flush draw,
Yeah.
fake nut flush draw.
Um, so you wouldn't bluff the river, or would you bluff the river
No,
if you?
I wouldn't bluff. I wouldn't
Okay,
bluff the river.
yeah,
One problem obviously is that if you bluff raise there, he can just call you with one pair aces because it just makes no sense for you to be raising for value there when he pots it.
yeah, yeah. Also, when he check called, he can. So on the flop, his range is usually top pair or a set.
I mean, yeah, he can have pretty much anything on the
Yeah.
flop. He can have one pair. He can have 6-6. He can have a6.
So when he
But
calls the turn, just calls it, though it's like can still be a set. No, I guess he gets it in with a set.
how
If
deep
you,
were you? You were
yeah, we're
200
at
deep to start
200
the
big
hand. So yeah, I
blinds.
mean, he can even have ace 10 there. If he doesn't have
Yeah,
anything to go with ace 10, he probably just calls still.
yeah. So here
Um,
on the right, we are opening. Just want to make sure that's not to lose. I mean, we're under the gun, but it's pretty well connected.
yeah, suited to the 10, I would fold this. Suited to the king, I'm opening.
Ah, okay, okay, yeah. Need to focus on that. That I'm not opening too loose. I wouldn't have noticed any difference. I'm just like suited and connected, so I'm opening. Yeah, if you have like just nine high flush draw, it's a huge difference compared to king high flush draw, and the money
Right.
goes in.
And also, king, queen, jack, 8 is much better than king, 10, 9, 8.
Yeah, for sure. So he called. What is he like? Just gonna bet again. I mean, he calls with a flush draw, straight draw, and he doesn't have too many boats. I mean, Jack 7, Jack 6, he's probably not playing unless it's Jack 7, 8, 9 or something. Um, and we also have equity, so betting is fine.
Right. Definitely a very standard bet on the
Yeah.
turn.
Yeah, so deep it gets pretty tricky with aces in cap or like shallow. It's so fun. You get it in so often and hope. Yeah. So I mean, he just has 150 BB, so still like somewhat deep. I don't know, three betting. Not great. I mean, like not fantastic aces, but not bad aces. So it's
Yeah,
probably
I'd probably 3-bet these. Ace, ace, jack is pretty good.
yeah. If it's rainbow, I wouldn't three bet.
Definitely not.
If
It's
it's
pretty
ace,
borderline.
ace, king 10 rainbow, I would three bet. You agree with that?
I
Ace.
usually would just flat that.
Oh, okay. I thought it's way better if you have like ace, ace, king 10. You can flop straight draws and such.
I think the suit's more relevant than having ace ace king 10.
Okay. Yeah, look at this. It's such a good spot for him to bluff raise. Like, he's raising 12% of the time on a flop. I just don't think he has it. And if he's got like king, queen, jack, I mean, he's flipping close to that. So just bet fold.
No, you're reasonably ahead of that, but I
Yeah,
think he's gonna
really.
have a 10. Yeah, I think you're at 60% or so.
Yeah,
Over 60% probably.
yeah. Over 60. It's huge in Omaha though.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's pretty good spot for him to bluff raise, given we don't have too many tens, unless it's actually we can have
I think we have a lot of 10s.
yeah
Yeah.
9
A
10
lot of
queen jack and king queen jack 10 yeah. So we don't have to like play back too much here, given we can have it so
Right. I would
often.
just bet fold unless you
Yeah,
have a read on the player that he's kind of crazy. I don't think that's a board that people bluff raise as much as you think because you're going to have a lot of straight draws and
yeah,
pair type combos on a board like this. If you have something like king king queen or king king jack, he
yeah.
doesn't expect to really fold that.
What do you make of his sizing? Let's check it. I think he made it like too big for my t. I mean, nah, it's not that big. I think it's still too big. I think like 410 is way
Yeah,
better. Or like,
I think he made it a little bit bigger than he probably had to there.
yeah, no rebuy. Yeah, opening this. Hope you don't get three bet. He's three betting 4%. Though. I mean, if you got three bet, you just muck, I guess. Out of position. Yeah,
Yeah, I would just muck this. You have
yeah,
three spades and
yeah,
the
yeah,
ace, the pair just doesn't play that well.
yeah. Let's see if you find some other table in case the table on the left will break.
Pretty standard to see bet this
Yeah,
board. If king high, also you can pick up a lot of straight draws on the turn that you can barrel.
yeah. Turn a wrap as well. I mean, he also raised. Why is he raising? It's not too big, but still like feels way too big a bit. He folds
Yeah,
67%. I mean, not a big, I think decent sample now. I'll just mark.
yeah, I think folding is good there. You can pick a better hand to bluff re-raise him in that
Yeah,
spot. Something that has a flush draw in it or a pair, just so you have some outs in case he calls.
yeah.
You can take two free cards.
Here I'm three betting on a right. Oh, yeah. I don't know. I mean, they're both gonna overcall. No, I think it's a little bit too weak to three bet.
I
If the
would three
six
bet.
was an eight, I would three bet.
Oh, definitely. I'd three bet this too. This is pretty good.
Okay. Yeah, I wasn't too sure, given we will see a multi-way pot usually.
This is a pretty good spot to lead, by the way.
Okay, with the backdoor draws.
Right. And you also have top pair.
Yeah. Now, I mean, we can check raise him. We got top pair, so he doesn't have top set. I mean, he bet multi-way, so I think he will not fold too much. He get bet multi-way. If he's got Jack 9, he's not folding. So if he tried to wrap the Jack 9 on a turn, he might have it himself. On the left, do you think it's too loose to open three high cards suited ace?
No,
It's
I would play
okay.
that for.
Okay.
I would open that from any position.
Any position.
On the right, I would definitely not fold that hand. I think that was a definite mistake.
Okay.
It's just too good of a flop.
Yeah, I forget the issue in Omaha that you can still check call and even win against hands that are ahead on the flop. Uh,
Yeah, when he bets that much, I mean, I'm check raising or leading that hand for sure. It's pretty
okay.
much the best hand that you're going to be folding there.
All right.
It's just a
Yeah.
huge mistake to fold that hand, I think.
Yeah. I felt like I'm out of position. I'm trying to avoid the difficult spots. On the left, I don't know why I checked. I should have actually bet again, but I felt like he might be floating. But even if he's floating, betting is just better to protect. And now I'm just check calling. I don't know about it if you like it, that if he's like folding the turn with 10 jack, we should probably check and let him bet, given we have the ace as well. So if he makes a if he makes a straight, we have a boat, but there is a flush draw on a board, so like probably just betting the turn again is the best play.
Yeah, I would just bet again, for value, and also just because if he has
Protect
something
it.
like
Yeah.
a king with a flush draw, he might come along again too.
Yeah. On the right, the open a bit too loose. It's double suited, but the deuce and a six is not helping too much, even though we are on a cutoff.
Yeah, I would open that. That's pretty borderline. The deuce and the six are both kind of just
Yeah, if the
bad
button
cards to have in
isn't
this
three
hand.
betting too much, I guess it's fine. He pots the
Yeah,
turn, so
I'd
like
probably still open this.
yeah. The problem is he has six high flush draw. I checked the flop just to not get check raised. We have like flush draw pair. He's passive. Nah, he's not so passive. I mean, he probably bluffs with clubs. It's still close, I guess, because if we miss, he can still bluff and we can call. We have like 13 outs, so we have like 30%, like 28% equity.
Right. I'm
Yeah.
calling there for sure. He's bluffing that card a lot.
So you call because you assume he will not bluff too many rivers. Look at this. Holy shit, he's got 6-5.
He could shut down on some rivers.
Yeah.
It's not like the main reason I'm calling. I just think he's bluffing a lot.
Yeah. I mean, if he's bluffing and also continues bluffing the river, it's a marginal call because he can bluff any blank. Oh, look at this. We beat 5-5. Trey. He can have 6-5. That's like the only hand, right? He's not leading six. He can have 6-5-7. Yeah, 4-5-6-7. Sucks.
Yeah, this is a pretty tough spot. You having
He,
reads on your opponent would be pretty useful here.
yeah, he like, usually people don't insta bluff. I mean, maybe regulars, but he seems like, where is he from? I mean, holy shit. It's like 6-5 is the only hand we lose to, or 6 Trey, like Trey 4-5-6. Guess I'm gonna call. I don't know, like 6-5 or yeah.
Yeah.
It's if he never bluffs, it's a fold. But I don't know if he never bluffed. But he did it so quickly. Uh,
I think I'm probably folding there for a couple of reasons. One is that this guy just seems to have ridiculously passive stats.
yeah,
24
it
5
just
over 300 hands is just
I mean it.
out of control passive.
I
Another reason I'm folding there is that it's really likely that you have a boat there or you're bluffing.
Yeah,
So
he's not bluffing, so he needs to have a worse boat, and he doesn't just check raise something like 5-5. Trey,
right.
deuce, yeah. Ha, sucked. Well, yeah, I just bet folding is probably best unless somebody's bluffing a lot. On the left, I open like single suited kings, just check folding this flop.
Yeah, standard four-way especially.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty close on the left. I would open that from the cutoff, but I'm definitely
Yeah.
folding that from the hijack.
Yeah.
And the right is definitely an open.
Yeah. Do you three bet hands like I would three bet this out of position?
Yeah, this is a good hand to three bet out of position. One of the reasons that three betting this is almost better than three betting something like Jack 10 9 8 out of position is when you inflate the pot, the non-nut straight draws and stuff that you're going to flop a little bit more often with this hand than the one without the gaps are going to be more valuable because you're happy just to stick in the money because the stack to pot ratio is much smaller.
Yeah. Here, I mean, we flopped the nuts, but like he doesn't have seven. He doesn't have like 7-5 too much. He can have it, I guess. Um, but I mean, if you raise, I just don't see him getting it in unless he's got aces with a flush draw. So maybe just calling is best, letting him bluff. How much time do we have? So 5 seconds. Yeah, I think I just call. I think he will just fold if I raise.
I'm definitely raising the flop there. You have a huge hand.
Yeah, but I don't think he will get it in. He just bet folds a flop, isn't he?
I mean, he could have Queen Jack 10, which you have crushed. He can have all sorts of other hands here too. He can have
Yeah, Queen
something
Jack
like
10.
Queen. He can have Queen Jack 9-8, which you have in pretty bad shape too. There's
Is he
so many
getting it
hands
in
like
at
that.
160 BB though with Queen Jack 9-8?
Oh, definitely. When
Yeah,
he's got top two pair and a gut shot to the nuts, it's
yeah.
not close.
I mean, I'm probably too nitty to get it in. So, River, I hope I don't get erased. Let's see. But
Even ace ace with the nut flush draw, you're ahead of here.
yeah, I was just gonna say if he has it often enough, I should raise. Just not sure that if we have the flush draw ourselves, how often does he have the flush draws? I mean, he probably has it. Just probably getting it is best. Would you say getting it in is correct with this hand just because you get it in with like 9-10 jack or
You
something?
just get it in with more equity than his range that he's going to stack off with on the flop. It's just
Yeah,
pure value.
yeah, okay. I was just gonna say if he folds every time when we raise, and calling is probably better. Maybe it still doesn't apply for no limit for Omaha.
I wouldn't necessarily say that's true. I mean, that's just a completely invalid assumption because he's definitely not always folding. Um, but moreover, the other thing is that there's pretty much no turn card that you want to see there other than a 9 or an 8.
Yeah, I
Like
agreed.
a million cards make straights, and a 6 counterfeits your two pair, and a diamond makes it so that now you're probably not going to get to stack him,
Yeah.
or you
Um,
might lose the pot also.
yeah, actually, yeah, should just get it in.
I would probably just fold that hand on the left against an under the gun open, the small card. This hand just looks way
Yeah,
better
it
than it
looks better
actually
than
is.
it did. On the right, I just checked because I didn't want to get check raised with a rep, so and was gonna. I mean, I can pick up an ace and makes a nut straight. So river, I'm just betting and repping ace as a check back twice. I don't know if it works. Yeah,
That's
left.
that's fine. It's fine on the right. Um,
Too small on the river. I think just should bet 200.
yeah, you
Now
might bet a
he's
little
more
bit bigger.
inclined to raise. Yeah. Three betting
Might be.
pre-flop is fine with a suited ace.
Yes, definitely. It's a
Okay.
really good hand.
So now on the right, I'm just yeah, I just need to bet for protection. He might, betting too small. Maybe it's still fine. Actually, for protection against pocket kings, it's probably best sizing, like something like one half pot on a turn. Just gonna limp complete here. Mm, we are getting good price with like somewhat decent hand.
Yeah,
Now we like
100%.
sort of have to come along.
I would
Uh,
just fold. I don't see why you
okay.
have to come along there.
The price. We can flop the straight and stuff. Yeah, it's in position you come along, I guess. Out of position, or you still fold in position as well.
In position, I mean, it's just hard to ever be put into that situation because I'm never gonna have
Yeah,
this
yeah, yeah.
hand.
Agreed.
But yeah, I mean, if I open this on the button and I get three, but I'm defending usually. So
Yeah, yeah. We bet too small on the river for him to fold. Should have bet a bit bigger on the river. So you complete but fold when somebody raises.
yeah, there's nothing wrong with that really.
Okay.
The big blind's not gonna raise very often at all.
Yeah, especially given he knows everybody is usually calling. Yeah, he had a pretty good hand. We need to start winning a hand.
Yeah.
Heads up is
Nice.
to me just so much easier than six max, but it applies to no limit as well.
Yeah,
So
there's just
here,
less to think about.
yeah. Um, so here I'm three betting. I know you like. I mean, if it's double suited, easy three bet. Single suited, if you get four bet, we can still call and put pressure on him. So I guess it's fine.
Right, this is fine.
On the left, I mean, we don't have the ace size suit. He is, what is he, button? No, he's cut off. We're getting too good price with the ante. I'm still not sure about the left. And here we are betting 150, 160. Betting the left as well, just to take it down. If you get called, we like sort of have to check fold.
Yeah,
Huh. On the right, I mean, he's not check calling the flop with just pocket kings or pocket queens, so he's got to have an ace. I don't think he will believe us to have to have top boat, so I'm just giving up.
I probably go the distance there. You can also rep King King now too. Is the
Yeah,
other thing.
yeah, that's true as well. I feel like he's got king, ace king, jack ten or something himself so much. So on the left, was it maybe too loose to defend this, given there are antes in the game against cutoff open? We are in the big blind. If it's suited to the ace, it's a no-brainer, but here we have three high cards with a 10 high suit.
Yeah. What had the cutoff open and you defended?
Yeah, from the big blind. Antes in the middle.
It's close. Against the button, I think you have to defend this hand. Against
Against
the
cutoff,
cutoff,
those.
depends. If he pots it, I'm probably just folding.
Yeah, he's pretty loose, so probably fine.
The hand on the right is definitely one of those times that I probably just go the distance. It's not too likely that he's going to be playing that many hands that have ace three in them, and given how deep you are, I think he's definitely capable of making a fold
On
with
the river.
just trips or some sort of another boat that he could end up turning or rivering.
Yeah.
Probably just bet the turn,
Yeah, I
set up a river
guess.
jam.
Yeah,
Because I mean, so much of your three betting range is going to be really strong on that board.
yeah, true. Here on the right, I mean, he's under the gun, so it's not fantastic, but I mean, we got three high cards, ace high suit.
Yeah,
Guess it's
I'd probably
okay.
play the same, just call.
Yeah, I hope he doesn't three bet. So
I'd probably just lead this flop
yeah, I was
too.
gonna say we could, given we have a gut shot, just lead fold.
Yeah,
Yeah,
because now you get put into a bad situation where if Renaud bets, you have to either call or raise, and there's a player who hasn't acted yet.
yeah, but now it seems like an easy fold. He led, he called. We just can't call any turn. We don't have a backdoor flush draw, and we just get barreled probably on a turn too much to call down. Call, um, yeah, leading is better.
Yeah, I agree. You can consider check raising there too, because when oh sorry, one hand Turks led Renaud called, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, no, I would just fold.
yeah.
'Cause if you check raise one hand Turks could just have some strong hand that he's going with.
King 10 and a straight draw. Yeah. Oh, a flush draw and a straight draw. Yeah. Yeah, he's opening a lot. He's playing like 38 VPIP. Not opening too much, only 22%, but pretty active. Pulusha.
Pretty much unplayable hands on both tables.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, the more you play Omaha, the more you notice how many hands are just total crap. When I started playing Omaha, I was just like, wow, look at this ace king, ace queen, ace jack, three bet all the way.
Right. Yeah. These tables are going so much faster
Yeah,
than
also more
Brosos.
action on those tables. Here on the left, I mean, against button, I'm defending. Also, given you made it so small, but I think it's marginal at best. Against small, big blind, I would open. I don't know.
Yeah,
7,
it's
8, 9 looks good, but the queen, if it's queen as a jack, it's way better.
agree. It's pretty marginal, but in an ante game, you almost have to defend a hand like this when the button opens because he's got such a wide range.
Yeah, I'm just gonna lead fold here. I don't know if you like this. You have two pair. There's a bad gut shot.
I
Uh,
like this.
Nobody's gonna bluff raise me usually here. Now when you call, it looks like flush draw or better. He doesn't have a straight. I think I'm gonna bet again and hope he folds a flush draw. And if he calls, I'm gonna check call any blank river. He's not value betting two pair.
Right. I'd probably play it the same.
Okay.
Against a lot of players, I would check fold the river, but this guy seems
Yeah, he will
somewhat
not value
fishy.
bet queen jack. You might probably just get it in with queen jack.
Right.
He can also have like king 10 for a draw.
Right.
Just bluffing.
And he just seems like a fishy enough player that he might actually bluff the river if you check to him.
Yeah.
Whereas pretty much any good player just checks there because it's
Yes.
impossible to represent a hand that you're value betting.
Yeah. Oh, like look at this crap. We flopped a set, but also have a pair. This is feel. I remember I had a hand where I flopped a set and then like had even two pair. So it's impossible to make a boat. Here when you this is weird, I guess. I think raising is just best. We could call if we knew that he might bluff raise, but I don't think he does it, so we just raise. If he re-raises, it's fine to get it in. And also if he just calls, we can like check back turn or pot calls a turn on a
Right.
blank.
Yeah, I like raising here. The reason is only a 2, 3, or 5 are really blanks here. I guess an ace
Yeah,
also. And you would need them to not be clubs. So there are only 12
yeah, so
blanks
like
really.
no
You have
blank.
one in your hand, so 11 blanks
And
that
he
you really
might
don't.
bet three bet with a big draw, so it's fine getting it in.
Yeah,
I
and you
guess
have the
he's
10
gonna,
blocker top set. That also
yeah,
makes you much more likely to raise here. Without the 10 blocker, you almost have to raise fold if you raise here
yeah, probably,
because he's going to have lots of huge draws that you're
yeah,
50% against, and he's going to have
yeah,
10-10, which you're in really bad shape
yeah.
against.
Look at this, a blank on a turn. This never happens on stars.
Yeah.
So I mean, just pot, nothing. We are never bluffing anyway in Omaha like this, so no need to take time.
Pretty uncommon that you are, but if you are, this isn't even a bad spot to just pot because he's going to have lots of draws. So
Yeah,
he might just call and then you can get him to fold on the river
yeah,
and then
actually, true. Actually,
bluff
yeah,
here.
yeah, he might actually call one more. What is he doing if he's got 4-4? I mean, this is so tough. It's a fold. Has to be a fold. This bottom set.
Right, it's a really tough situation. It's one of the reasons why you don't want to be playing
Yeah, you
4-4.
don't play 4-4. Yeah, low pairs just suck.
Yeah,
So on the right, this looks pretty good to me. If cutoff raised, I would have three bet. What's your opinion on that? With a king high
it's fine.
suit.
Cut off first button cut with king eye suit, and the eight's not a complete dangler either.
Yeah. If it's 10 high suit, you don't like raising.
10
Three
high
betting.
suit I think is fine too. It gets close to being borderline though. Like 10
Yeah.
high suit with, I guess you can't even have a 10 high suit with three diamonds, but
Yeah, if you just had ace king, 10 8
right.
is a 10
If
ace.
you had four diamonds in your hand, I'd probably just flat.
Okay. Yeah, it's a small difference, but it makes like a lot of sense, especially when you get it in. You just hurts your equity so much.
Right. And a lot of the pre-flop decisions that we've been discussing are ones where the hand is really close between call or fold or three better call. So
Yeah.
that little bit sort of puts it over the edge.
Yeah, so here I feel I'm a little bit maybe worried too much about having the nut flush draw or king high flush draw. Guess it's still just a call, given he's leading so many. I don't even believe him leading a set or anything here because he can't bet. He can't he's going for a check raise with a set more often than for lead because we are never raising unless we have air or a big hand. So I'm just calling and hoping we have overcards. We can check it down and win, hopefully. Nope, he let button two, three pair.
The
So
turn is close between just bet calling and checking.
really bad calling.
Yeah, I mean you have a pretty big hand there. You have king high flush draw and ace king.
Yeah,
A
yeah,
set is pretty much the only hand that has you in bad shape there.
yeah. Okay, I just checked for pot control. I would have bet like pocket aces on a turn, just bet folded because aces need more protections in my hand.
Right. Yeah, I think this is fine. Also, I think he's really likely if he has something like 6, 7, 8 to just bet it again on the turn.
Yeah. So he's like
Um,
check folding and usually not check calling too much.
right.
What do you
He's
make
check
of
folding, check raising.
his lad with three pair on a flop just to take it down, I guess.
I think it's fine. He has 6 outs to a boat also, and
Yeah.
the only difference between how he played it and how I would play it is I would bet the turn also, just bet fold the turn,
Yeah.
protect your hand,
Yeah.
and
Give it.
also when you check, it just puts you in a really terrible spot. When
Yeah.
the other guy bets, you're out of position now, and there's a decent chance that you have the best hand, but you're gonna get outplayed in a lot of different situations.
Yep. Here on the right, I made it fold given we have like bad pair, not suit, but like deuce and trade phrase, just not great. I don't know. We were getting pretty decent odds. Do you come
Right.
along out of position here?
No, I'd probably fold this,
Yeah.
given how deep you are. Just the bottom pair, the
Yeah.
pair of threes, and the fact that you're gonna flop the bottom end of straights and straight draws just
Yeah.
doesn't make it that great of a hand.
Krondix. Wow, he's Russian. Hmm. Wasn't he playing with Magic Ninja or something? I don't know. Or he's playing for a while.
Who?
Krondix on the left. Do you know him?
No.
I've heard about him. I think Magic Ninja or something. He was in his videos. Um,
Oh, on the right table,
yeah,
Krondix. Yeah, I've never played with him, or maybe I have, but it doesn't really ring a bell.
yeah. Here on the left, I'm raising, but I think it's marginal. I mean, looks probably better than it is.
Yeah, this is pretty marginal. I might just fold this from this position, open it from the
Yeah,
cutoff.
cut off. Okay. Yeah, it is. If it's double suited, you open from any position though, and three
Definitely.
bet from any position. Okay. Actually, I mean, opening is not too bad, given we got two fish on a ride. So, like, if they fold, we get to play against the fish heads up in position.
Right. If you want to uncheck auto, we can probably play one more round.
Yeah,
The left is obviously unplayable.
yeah. On a ride, also just folding. So how far would you go erasing any button? I mean, this hand looks just so bad, so you just mark this. Or would you say if you are playing with antis, you sort of have to raise like 90% on a button? Or
I wouldn't say 90%. Depends a lot on the small blind and big blind. If you're getting three bet a lot out of the blinds, you can raise maybe like 75, 80% or so the hands that you're going to be defending to three bets.
okay,
Um, 90%
it's too much.
against really tight blinds is probably fine.
Okay, okay. So this guy's low. I mean, two hands. Yeah, Chronix is super tight. Don't know why I remember him. Maybe because he's so tight. On the right, we just bet, even though I'm not like. I mean, he folds if he's got just like king, queen, whatever. Um, 4 6. If it's ace 8 10, I wouldn't see bet. Ace 7 9, I wouldn't see bet. But ace 4 6 is like two low cards. He doesn't have 5 7 too much. How? I mean, this looks like pretty good, but probably
Yeah,
isn't too good.
it's okay. I would play it, but
You
I
three
don't
bet
think
it out
it's
of position.
no. I think I would probably just fold it. The 3-4
Oh,
is
okay.
kind of bad here.
Yeah.
If each card was one bigger, I'm probably gonna 3-bet it.
Yeah. Agreed. Or like if the tray is a 5, it's much better. Or a 7.
Right. Oh,
Just bet
definitely.
folding this flop.
Yep, standard.
Yeah, he's folding 100% to c-bets usually, so come on, fold. I think he's from Austria. Lots of Omaha players are from Austria. Um, I mean, he might like he folds like king, queen, jack on a turn, but I don't know how often he's got a flush. No, he could also have a 10 that just called. He can have king 10. I'm not sure about the turn. Just go by check folding here. We could like maybe we can just bet turn and check folds the river. Do you like betting turn to make him fold? Like if he's got king, queen, jack, he folds.
I'm not sure he necessarily folds. On a diamond probably, but I'd still probably just check here. I think he can have a lot of tens in his range
Yeah,
too that
yeah,
he's gonna just flat on the flop.
yeah. Also king 10. Uh, he might have a boat already. All right. Um,
All right, so that's gonna be it for episode 7 of Vladimir the Terrible. If you guys have any questions about anything that was any hand that occurred in this episode or anything that we talked about or pretty much any general six-handed PLO question, post them in the video thread and we will respond to them. And tune in next week for the 8th and final episode.
yeah. Good luck, everybody.